doesn't have to be, so we can work a few minutes afterwards.
All right, good.
It's only 3:05, so we're not going to do too late. Have you had time to
Yeah.
give any thought that they can actually,
Yeah,
what
definitely,
we've been doing?
definitely working on my voice in the shower. Yeah. I was always nervous to do that before because at first my voice was always shaky and stuff like that. But I feel like now it's more control when you realize that you're not supposed to be forcing it to come out. You're supposed to let it.
And when, the way I work with understanding the voice, you are responsible for producing this sound within you.
Yeah.
When you play the guitar, the sound happens in the guitar box, yeah? Or, yeah, I'm assuming an acoustical guitar.
Yeah.
If you play clarinet, the music happens in the clarinet. Violin, it happens in the violin. Trumpet, it happens there. What the audience hears is the resound, the resounding, the reverberation, the resonance that is emitted, but the music happens here. Why does the music happen? Because of the imagination of the player. The horn is just the horn. Piano is just the piano. The difference is the piano's built, the trumpet's built. You're not necessarily, if you're a natural, then and it's just happening. You think the music, and boom, it pours out of you. But the music happens within you. What if I sing a phrase? I sing a phrase. I sing a phrase. If I sing that here, you hear one sound. If I were standing in a closet full of clothing, you would hear a very different sound, though I sang exactly that. And if I sing it in Carnegie Hall, again, you hear something different, but I'm doing the same thing. You can only be responsible for what you do. Do not try to sing to the room, just sing. The chances are that the singing you will do will be with a microphone anyway. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have a goal, a specific goal? For instance, do you have friends who sing and you want to sing with them? Do you?
I have a couple of friends who sing. That's always my thing was like, this the quarantine they had me to do this. Before I was like shook to sing at all. Like, my voice, I didn't have control over my voice. I noticed like even since many times like I would like be I'll keep my voice real low and stuff like that. It just wasn't like about any of that singing or any kind of voice control kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like this just happened. Like, you know what? Let me just go do things that why waste time? Why waste life? Like, get things done. Be active. And like why not go out there and sing and see what my voice can do?
Right.
Because now you get to see what my voice can do.
Yeah. You hit on some important points there, insofar as well, let's get into this and then we'll feel those and work with them. But control of your voice is not something you'll ever understand until you completely abandon the idea of controlling your sound. We are going to build balance and strength and flexibility into the pieces of you that are your vocal instrument. But in a state of balance, then it's the thought that makes the music. If I'm singing, you make me feel so young, you make me feel so spring has sprung, that's one sound. And I know that that's a sound appropriate for that phrase. If I'm on Broadway and I'm singing, away out here they got a name for wind and rain and fire, that's a different sound. But did I do anything particularly different? I thought the difference. Why did the difference happen? Because my body is developed to respond. If I'm singing a French song of particular beauty, and it's like lorsqu'au soleil couchant, les rivières sont roses. That's a different sound, different language, but my body responded. If I'm dai per finissimi cari che amor devi ferir, that's a different sound. That's opera. That's the met. But the point is, the body is balanced. Now, from a standpoint of speech, here we are speaking, we're a few feet apart.
Yeah.
Our voices are modulated to this distance, because our imaginations perceive the distance. Unless you're hard of hearing, you're not gonna talk to me like this when we're this close.
Yeah.
Okay? But you maybe have a friend who's hard of hearing, and so they talk really loud. Okay, now, just imagine that I'm 30 feet away.
Yeah.
Now speak to me. I'm 30 feet away.
Hey, Franco!
Okay, now I'm 50 feet away.
Hey, Franco!
Well, okay. I haven't built enough strength into you, and so your voice cracked on that.
Yeah.
But the fact is, you tried to do it. Your imagination perceived the distance. Your intention, which is the slave of your imagination, your intention asked of your body whatever was necessary to accomplish my hearing you 50 feet away. Yes?
Yeah.
Did you take a special breath?
No.
Did you engage consciously this, that, or the other muscle or group of muscles?
No.
No. That's the point. When you sing, what we do, you and I, develop an instrument, including you'll be able to be heard 50 feet away without your voice cracking. But my point is, it's building the balance. That's what you learn to do. Then the singing is your match. I can give you the mechanics. I can help you develop the mechanics of good, easy singing. But I can't make you a good singer. That's your imagination.
You gotta figure out how to get yourself to that
That's
place.
how you're thinking the sounds. Now, if you want to sing R&B or whatever you want to sing,
Yeah.
you understand this. Your imagination perceives the sound. You and I will develop a body that can respond to that.
Yeah. So basically, you just gotta pick up on what it is that's being played in.
We will be doing mechanical things,
Yeah.
and let's do them. Now, say the word hung. Yeah, we did a little of this, yes? Hung. Think it. Don't try to sing it. Think it. Go. Hear it inside your head. Don't sing it. Hear it inside your head by the singer in there. There's another singer in there. Hear him singing this. Don't sing. Let him sing. Can you hear it? Hear it again. Now you sing it inside your head. Let me sing it out loud, but sing it within. See, when your mind's eye, your imagination's eye, is looking, and I showed you an exercise, yes, where you see an XY axis in your head. Did I do that with you?
You said like to have like 15 inches.
Well, that's one
Behind
thing,
it.
but here, sit in that chair. Pull it away from the wall a week. Yeah. Now, close your eyes. See yourself as hollow, a balloon shaped like you, from the inside of the top of your skull to your hips. Now see a vertical line down the center of your head to the center of your torso, to the center of your pelvis. Now, not just a cable or a line, see it as a meridian, as a tube of light with energy flowing up and down constantly in it. Now see a perpendicular, an intersecting line to that enters your head about an inch above the ear and toward the back of the ear, and exits at the same point on the other side. And in the middle of your head, it forms kind of an XY axis. And where it meets the vertical line, that's a 0, 0 point. Got that? See that clearly? Now just see that point. Don't do anything else but see that point. and hear this. Now, sing this unhung, and don't do anything else but see clearly that point. All the while, don't pay any attention to the singing of this. You're going to hear it sung while you see that one point. Sing. Let me hear it. Sing it out. But within. Good. Just see that point. Excellent. Yeah, just see that point. Good, excellent. Hear it? You actually have very good pitch recognition. Just this work is going to very quickly bring you to a point where you think the note and it comes out.
All right.
That's good.
Thank you.
But what I did to get you to the point where you just automatically did that, is I had to take you to a place where you were relying on your imagination to do it, rather than trying to do it yourself.
Yes.
You are not your body, you are not your mind. You are your consciousness, and your consciousness is expressed through your imagination.
That's true. That's true. So I have to get to myself and get rid of this.
Yeah, people don't realize that. It's your consciousness. Do you understand, what's going on, Sarah?
And messing me up. There was a better protest or something.
Okay, it's very distracting.
Yeah.
Don't be distracted, Frank. Okay,
They
so
chose today Sunday to do it too. It's like, dang.
your consciousness is what continues
All right.
when you're done with this body. This body is your body is the car you're driving right now in this sojourn, this incarnation, this time on the earth plane. But your consciousness is what continues. You have three bodies. I'm getting into a little metaphysics here. But you have your consciousness, you have your emotional body, and you have your physical body. Your emotional body is what makes up your personality. But it's your consciousness that continues. It's your consciousness, whether you're aware of it or not, that rules the roost, that plays you. When you read stories of people who've passed away and come back, they died on the operating table, and they spend 20 minutes dead for all by medical standards, and then they come back, their consciousness re-enters their body. In every single case, they see themselves floating up. Their consciousness is floating up like at the ceiling, and they're looking down. And they're after they come back and they recover from the operation, they blow the minds of the doctors by telling them exactly what they were saying while they thought he was dead, because he heard their conversation. There's so much to understand about life.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not going beyond.
No. It's all part of it. Understanding is deeper than just making.
It's understand. Yes, because you must think this. You must let your imagination play the physical instrument.
Yeah.
And I will help you build the physical instrument into balance, strength, and flexibility. But know that it's your imagination that plays it. As soon as I took you to a point where you're looking at a single point, but you're singing, all of a sudden, you can't be singing because your consciousness is on seeing this. So you have to allow the singing.
All right.
That's why that happened so well. It's a lot of words to explain something, but it's not gonna hide.
Yeah.
As they say in the Bronx, it couldn't hide. Of Brooklyn, Bensonhurst.
Oh, all the way out there. Yeah, now I think there's a lot of Russians down there now. You know, like,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I think I was down there a couple times.
You don't want to mess around out there.
Yeah.
There was a mafia don, a capo, in New York named Vinny Gigante. Vinny the Chin Gigante was his name. They give themselves
Yeah, it's crazy
nicknames.
names, yeah.
Down, he used to walk on Grand Street, pretending he was crazy, mumbling to himself in a bathrobe. He'd walk around Grand Street.
That's crazy.
Pardon?
That is definitely crazy.
Yeah, well, what's crazy, this story made the Daily News one day. I don't want to take too much time from our work, but I'll tell you this one story. Apparently, a young thug punched a 95-year-old woman in the face, knocked her down, stole her purse, and ran away. He was arrested, caught and arrested. And then you never heard another word about him. Anything. The 95-year-old woman he punched, Jimmy the Chin Gigante's mother. Can you imagine what bad luck is? That is bad luck. I don't know what happened there. I don't imagine he lived very long.
No, he's
But-
somewhere in the ocean somewhere. That's where he is.
What's the answer? The answer is don't punch any old woman. Don't punch anybody.
No.
You never know what's going to happen. You could punch some guy who looks like a 90-pound weakling, and he could turn out to be the equivalent of Bruce Lee,
Yeah.
and he'll make hamburger out of you in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Everyone in this country, you know, America, this country is just everyone's got a gun, everyone's got something. You don't know who's who. You know, you think you're playing with people, you know.
yeah. Mind your own business.
Yeah.
Let your imagination play your life. And so that's the point here.
Yes, sir.
So I want you to spend some time doing this exercise on your own. Sit, don't slouch. Imagine you're inflated. See the vertical and the horizontal lines. And see that point. You could just spend time thinking about that. And just breathing. Now, here's another habit I'd like you to get into. The flesh on the front of your face that we call your nose is not really the nose opening. The nose opening is from the bridge of the nose. It goes down and is widened and then comes back up. So it's a teardrop looking opening. And it's quite large. It's as large as the nose where it meets your face. That's what you breathe through. Forget this exists. You breathe through an opening that's that big. Okay? So that's what you see. If your mind's eye is on the inside looking out, you can see your eye orbits, you can see the nose opening, you can see the inside of your teeth. Get there.
All right.
Stay inside. When you sing, sing to the inside of the front of your face.
Oh. It's the end.
And it's suspended in the middle of your head, in the upper back middle of your head, is this intersecting point, single black dot, where the two lines of energy meet. Now, just breathe through that larger small nose opening, not dramatically, just allow breath in and allow it out through that opening, all the while clearly seeing this little black dot. So that everything else, your mind's eye, your eyes are closed. Your mind's eye can see, and even those things are out of focus, because the only thing you're seeing clearly is this dot. This is a very important exercise. Do this three times a day for just a couple minutes, particularly if you're stressed by something, or if you're tired, at any time where you'd like to change your consciousness to one of calmness and stability, get here and see that spot. When you're going to sleep at night, see that spot as you're falling asleep. Focus on that. Breathe through that. Okay, now, once again, don't open your eyes. See that thought. Sing. Hear it carefully. You just think it. Don't try to physically sing it. No. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Coming down. Excellent. Good. Stay in there. See, it's like it's not even your body singing, it's your imagination singing and using your body as the instrument. See. Listen to it carefully. Let your imagination sing it, not you. There. As soon as you allow your imagination to do it, it's absolutely perfect. It's funny. We get in our own ways all the time. Let your imagination sing that. Good. Now we're going to do this again with a little variation. We're going to change our thought to ah for the descent. So it'll be hum ah.
Hey, that's good, yeah.
Yes. Hum ah. Yeah, just to change the thought. You don't have to do anything physical, but you must allow anything physical that wants to happen. But don't you do it, let your imagination play it. And you're not singing notes, you're singing the vowel, you're singing NG and then the vowel ah. Now, you're singing, so enjoy the singing. Hum, ah.
Gotcha.
No. Hear it? Yes. A little bit more for the hung, and then don't change anything for the ah. That's just the shape of the instrument. Look at me. Hung, ah. I was already as open as I needed to be. Hung, ah. Through the instrument, shaped like that, I thought NG, and then I thought ah. And it affected, it made changes happen, but I didn't do them.
Yeah.
Hung, ah. Very specific changes.
Yeah. I got it.
Good, good.
Oh,
That's the starting note. Yeah, do that again, and this time place your tongue on your lower lip, like this.
Oh,
Okay. Hum, ah. Say the word hum. Hum, ah. Yeah, and just think the ah. You don't have to do anything particularly from a physical standpoint. It will happen. Hum, ah. One more. Open mouth more. Wait a minute, not wide. What? As though you were about to yawn. Ah. Hum, ah. Yeah, let the voice inside sing this. Yeah, now, only imagine that I'm 20 feet away. Now, don't yell at me, but let me hear you. I'm 20 feet away. In other words, I can sing hum, ah, or hum, ah. That can be heard 20 feet away. No, listen. Don't try to sing. Don't alter the way you're singing this. Alter the what distance your mind is imagining. That's all. Careful. Hum, ah. Hear it inside. Yes. Good. Yes. Yes? Ah. Yeah, but think the vowel ah, as in Father. Yes. Here. Yes. Yes. Now, we're going to do ah all the way. Ah, but I'd like your tongue to be here, just gently, at the lip more than on it. Ah, why do I ask you to do that, do you think?
So that you're, I'm not actually sure.
So that your jaw is opening properly.
Yeah.
The jaw is not open on here like a hinge. You would think so, but no. What happens is, here's the skull, and here's the lower jaw. It sits here, and then when you intend to open it, it literally descends and moves forward.
Wow.
What does that feel like? Put a finger
It
here
feels like-
and here in that indentation in front of your ear. Okay, look up. Now, just think say open to it, just a little bit of an opening. You know, sustain it. Can you feel how where this jaw hits with the lower jaw has descended? Now, now place your tongue over your lower lip. That opened this a lot. Yeah. So you want to build the habit of your jaw opening that way. And that's the point, both of hung. Good, good. If it makes you yawn, that's great. I want you to begin to study yourself when you yawn. Study some part of it. You're yawning, remember to take a look at something. So, for instance, what does it feel like on the inside of my forehead? What does it feel like at the back of my skull? What does it feel like in my jaw? What does it feel like on the roof of my mouth? What does it feel like right down to my pelvis? Your whole body responds to a yawn. Study it. And you can't look at them all at once. But in the apex of the yawn, when the stretch is the furthest in all directions, that's when you look. Yeah, so,
Good. Like my eyes feel,
I'm sorry?
I'm trying to think. My eyes feel watery. I know my eyes feel watery from that yawn. It was a big yawn. I just let out. So eyes watery, this chest, this real calm and stuff like that. My chest just feels calm. That's how. I guess that's the little stuff I pay attention to.
I guess when we're singing, when I'm teaching, usually the only times eyes water is when a student realizes that they're doing something they never thought they could do and they're happy.